Hello, welcome to a special New Year's episode of Mike and Dave's Hi-Fi Riff. I'm Mike Evans.
And I'm David Price.
And Happy New Year, mate. Happy New Year. Here we go.
Cheers.
2024 into Hi-Fi Riff.
Absolutely.
Who'd have thought it, eh?
What could possibly go
What
wrong?
can possibly go wrong?
with our our track record of, pure professionalism.
You wouldn't think that things could possibly go downhill, could you? But it's quite feasible.
I'd just like to draw your attention, Mike, to this particular comment.
Is this one of our comments?
Yes. This was made a couple of weeks ago, and I've been just fishing through.
Yes, like we do.
This is from at DE132AN, so nice ring to that name.
Very good.
And he or she says,
It'll probably be a he.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Can we do anything to tone down the overblown production values?
Well, it's careful what you wish for. We understand we're not great at this. We've said it before. We do Hi-Fi Riff just for a bit of a laugh. We enjoy it, and if other people enjoy it, that's awesome. We can't quite believe it, but it is a bit sort of chucked together sometimes, isn't it?
Just a bit.
Yeah, there we are.
But
just like this episode's going to be, I can tell
well,
already.
absolutely. Of all of the episodes we've done in the last 12 months, this one is going to be more chucked together.
It could be. But I'm going to start with a present. I've got a present for you here, a Christmas present. Look, I bought you an album. So there you are, lovely. Well, don't look so ungrateful. I've bought you an album. It's fantastic. So
Thank you, Mike.
Would you like to explain why you have just chucked my present to you away?
Well, because it was my present to you, and you obviously don't like it, so...
I was hoping you'd forgotten by now.
Well...
What are we going to do on our New Year's Day special?
Well, we are going to do a kind of sort of party game kind of thing, a sort of show and tell.
We've done this before, actually.
We have.
I had a total disaster because my show and tell was a cartridge which was actually an empty box. Do you remember? It was an 1895 and it wasn't in there. So that's, again, our extraordinary production values coming to the fore.
Yes. That's...
But let's try. We'll try and do better this time. We'll try and improve this time.
Yes. So, well, it's fairly easy to do that, I think. So, considering how it went last time.
Very true.
So,
Very true. Shall I start?
Yes, let's do that.
I've got something really cool here.
Okay.
Boxed.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's a Casio ML90. Yep. Melody calculator.
Wow.
It's just one of the most beautiful things. Really. Would you like to open it?
Yes.
I think this is really it's quite something.
These are when we were at school together all those years ago.
Yeah.
This was a huge pose, wasn't it?
It really was.
To have something like that.
Yeah. In fact, there were two really huge pose Casios, and the other one, do you remember, had that game you used to play on it? And it was like Space Invaders on a screen sort of that size. Yeah. Look at that. That's beautiful, isn't it?
So nice, isn't it?
That is a beautiful thing.
So, and it's a melody. The ML series were Melody ML, as in it gets very clever. The Japanese naming system. Nothing gets past them.
No.
So absolute piece of loveliness. Still available on eBay for not very much. Super slim. It was kind of super.
Yes.
Super kind of card-like thing there. It's even got your kind of operation guide there.
Very cool.
So that was basically when we were sort of 12-year-old schoolboys. That was our idea of the future. It was so high tech, wasn't it?
I remember having a Sinclair Cambridge memory percent calculator, which I think I still have somewhere.
Wow.
So there we go. Boxed, of course.
Yes.
Can I have a quick look?
Yes.
That's really sweet, isn't it? Well, amazing. Can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
If you don't mind. What's this got to do with hi-fi?
It's just the kind of retro... it's a retro thing, Mike, from when we were into... And don't get all... with a big attitude, because you've got stuff that's got nothing to do with hi-fi either. So.
Okay. Right, your turn. Go on then. What have we got? What's next? What's next on the list?
Where are we? This has got a lot to do with hi-fi.
Well, that's good.
I'll just...
that's a start.
Yeah. But it's hi-fi, but not as we know it.
Oh, mind your phone.
There we go.
Okay, have you got something laying an egg in there?
Yes, it's a kind of Christmas manger, Mike.
It is, look at that.
So would you like to take it out?
Yeah, sure, it'll bite.
No, I don't think so. Unless your cat's
Oh my
sleeping in
gosh.
there.
Okay. Oh, heavens above.
So,
It's a radio cassette player.
yes,
Isn't it?
but not just any.
Let's have a look at this. My gosh, that's seriously class. That is amazing.
That's a
Wow.
Nakamichi TD7.
Look at that. In-car Nakamichi cassette player. That's fantastic, isn't it? Oh, it'd be so nice to be able to plug that in. You've got phono connections on there as well.
Yeah.
Wow. So it just needs a bit of power. Does it work?
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
Well, I have my secret Nakamichi sources.
That's really gorgeous, isn't it?
So,
They call it a mobile receiver stroke cassette deck.
Absolutely.
That is beautiful things. Gosh, that's a thing of absolute beauty, isn't it?
Yeah. So this will be
Wow.
the very early 90s. And if you're a cool dude in a cool car with your... what's a cool car of the very early 90s? Corrado VR6? Or whatever it is. Your Honda Prelude 4th generation VTEC. Or something like that, or your Porsche 944, you'd have, the most expensive car hi-fi system in the world.
And that would be it.
And that would be sort of it, certainly one of them.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is so excellent.
And just so happens I have a collection, a number of these.
Yeah, that's amazing. Amazing. We've got a pal, Lee, who may even be watching one of these, who does in-car hi-fi. And he's the man. I mean, he is the man in the UK who does in-car hi-fi, and I'm blown away as to how awesome music can sound in a car. And before I met Lee, and also my pal Jim, who's got an incredible system in his car, I would not have believed it.
Yeah.
It is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely stunning. So look, it can be done, and obviously Nakamichi pioneering the way back in the 90s.
So if you'd like to rip the Apple CarPlay system out of your
absolutely,
your almost new car mic, we can see if we can bodge this in, crowbar it in the dashboard, maybe drill a small hole in the dash, because I don't think yours has got a DIN.
No, perfect. So, wow, amazing.
So there you go. Yeah, so proper serious hi-fi, but on four wheels.
Okay, I've got something really cool here for you. I think you'll really like this as well, because as much as anything, because of the make and where it came from. Have a look at that.
Wow,
this is really sweet. It's a leather pouch to put your magic beans in.
Yes, well, it says
to keep your snake oil in.
It says has the mighty word there. I don't know if you can see that on the camera.
No chance.
Realistic.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
And realistic is code for what, Mike?
Well, it's code for either Tandy or Radio Shack, depending on which part of the world you live in. So, in the UK, realistic was Tandy.
Yep.
And obviously Radio Shack in the States.
Yep.
So, so go on, what's in the box?
So there we go.
What's in your pouch, mate?
There we go, look at that.
Look at that. That is cool. Would you just like to explain what that is?
This is a sound pressure level meter.
That's so funky, isn't it?
And it actually has been used for its intended use. I don't know. Oops. I don't know if we can.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, there you go. I got the.
It's blown the microphone up, but hey, our production values are through the roof. So.
Yeah. So we're knocking around. When we speak loudly, just around 59 dB.
That's louder than my electrostatics.
Yes, it is, actually.
Before you say it.
So, yes, and this one can also measure bass as well. Like, so.
Well, yeah. So I don't need that then.
No, you don't.
So, interesting enough, do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the old CB radios, which Realistic used to make. Because it was the same sort of coloured plastic, same logo, obviously. Yep. And do you remember they used to do those 40-channel CB radios, which I was always hankered after when those, but couldn't afford it because they were ridiculously overpriced, to be fair. What a wonderful bit of kit.
Yes, made in South Korea.
Of course.
Roughly at the end of the 1970s, I would say. And this has actually been used by me to set the levels when I used to do hi-fi choice blind listening group tests.
Wow.
So I used to play a test tone, I can't remember what it was, 1 kilohertz or something, through my hi-fi, and then get the volume down so it hit a certain level, on the level meter.
I love it.
That makes me hugely technically accomplished and almost as much of an expert as Paul Miller and Noel Keywood and all those other people with...
Can I just make a little note here, just on your hi-fi journalism career? Would you just like to just spend just a moment explaining to our lovely hi-fi riff-raff, if you interview somebody, what do you record them on?
These days, it's a Sony TC-150.
Excellent.
So that's a 1978 dictation cassette recorder, and it's really good because you can record it, and it makes a really good noise. It really makes a really good recording, and if anything goes wrong, you can see because the little cassette reels stop turning. So I used to use... So basically, if the thing breaks down, it stops moving.
If the batteries go flat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I used to use kind of digital memory recorder. Yeah. But they used to conk out half the way through an interview, and they just wouldn't tell you, basically.
No, sure. What's really interesting is I bet you make some cracking recordings with that. And going back to our comment, which we started with at the beginning about our production values, how ironic.
Absolutely. Well, I've interviewed all kinds of luminaries on that, from Tim de Paravicini to Glenn Gregory of the Heaven 17.
Excellent, but never, sadly, Trevor Horn.
No.
See, now that would be look, Trevor, if you watch Hi-Fi Riff, and I'm sure you do, could we interview, or David interview, using his analog cassette deck, please?
Yes.
There we are.
Yes.
I've asked the question. I know you wanted me to do that for a long time.
Desperately.
Welcome.
Thank you.
What's next?
Right. Well, we have next. I'm going to have to put. Would you mind putting this?
No problem. I'll be very careful with it. Absolutely.
Polythene, posing pouch.
Yes.
Actually, we have. You've got that Philips.
Oh yes, I have. So. Yeah. Look at this. Oh, this is awesome, isn't it? Now this is proper old school, isn't it? That is absolutely to die for. Oh, sorry, broken it. I have just such a passion for radio cassette players. I remember you used to have one when we were kids, mono one. We used to sort of play, the Smiths' first album on it, and Lloyd Cole and Prefab Sprout and stuff like that.
Yep.
Absolutely brilliant. In summer, I remember sort of spending time with you, having a few beers and on our motorbikes and well, no, actually not that way around, but you know what I mean.
Not having beers on our motorbikes, but having motorbikes and having beers.
A few beers, but always having a cassette player with us wherever we went. And
that's right. We used to go up on the Ridgeway, didn't we?
We did, up on the Ridgeway in Oxfordshire. Listening to amazing tunes. Yep. That's really sweet, though, isn't it? Lovely little Philips player.
Absolutely.
Condenser mic on the top.
Yep.
You could use that for your interviews, couldn't you?
I could actually. It's an Electret actually.
Electric microphone.
Electric condenser microphone.
Fabulous.
And it has inside. I made you a mixtape, Mike.
Yay! On a BASF 90. Look at that.
So there are people here watching now who will know why I chose this cassette. So it is period correct for the Philips.
Right.
And BASF was a proprietary German, maker of very good quality cassettes. This is about 1978-79, this one. Yeah. And with a screwed cassette shell, not welded, so really good quality, and it's got
the screws,
special mechanism inside, which are two funny tabs to stop the cassette jamming.
Yeah.
Amazing. We are going to demonstrate it live.
Okay.
On air.
Are you going to play some? Are you going to play a tune?
Yeah, I'm going to play.
Okay, we've got to be a bit careful because we'll be struck off by YouTube for copyright reasons. So, maybe we should, if we sang along, maybe we could drown out the tune, whatever it might be.
I think if you just basically tell everyone how much you love this music, Mike.
Is it Rush? Was it Rush?
Hang on, I just need to. Whoops, there we go.
Okay. That sounded like my exposure amplifier when you turned that on.
So there we go. It's playing there. So. Slightly shonky.
There's a few clicks and pops happening.
There we go.
Okay, enough.
So, do you mean you... what are you laughing at, Mike?
You've recorded my Smurf album, which I've just given back to you.
That's your mixtape. So, there we go.
It sounds like Sounds like the batteries need replacing.
I think the tape needs replacing as well. There you go. So that's basically how we used to live. So
do you know we just when we did our Hi-Fi Riff live, we had to listen to Rod Stewart. We did a riff at the end of the year last year when we did bloody David. What's his name? He was I Could Be So Good For You. Now we're doing the Smurfs. No wonder.
Dennis Waterman?
No wonder people give us such ridiculously crazy comments.
Well, this is kind of a political statement, really, because, everyone else in the kind of hi-fi YouTubing world is holding up these $300 musical mobile fidelity mega pressings, with like 15 different versions of the same album on double virgin vinyl rolled on the thighs of sort of virgins from the planet of vinyl or whatever. And
what are you talking about?
Well, I don't know, but you know what I mean. All those kind of audiophile stuff.
Yes.
So I just think that we should be kind of fighting a rearguard action against that kind of overpriced audiophile snobbery by celebrating the world of records that cost under £1 from a junk shop.
I think we should just have a quick break and have a quick game of Top Trumps here.
All right.
I've got my Top Trumps.
Is it time?
My Top Trumps pack here.
Yep.
I'm going to give you a car. I've chosen a car for you.
Let's just show this to the viewers.
Yep.
So this is Mike. So just in case anyone didn't know what Top Trumps is, would you like to explain?
Yes, sure. So Top Trumps is the coolest game in the world. What you have to do is you have to beat your opponent by guessing what card they have, and if your card outperforms their card on a certain category, then you win their card. So I'm going to give you that. Would you like to tell? This is a car game. This is cars, by the way.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell our lovely riffraff which car you have?
Yeah. Can I show the camera?
Of course you can. Yeah. Good luck with that. But yes, absolutely. So you can give it a try.
Thank you, Mike. Nice choice.
Yes. Okay. Now, why have I given you that?
Because my dad had one.
Yay! And would you like to say what it is?
It's a Triumph 2.5 Pi Mark II.
Very cool. Okay, now, do you know what you're up against here? Do you want to have a guess?
Is it going to be a Fiat X19?
No. It's not, because it's our dad's cars.
Okay. Vauxhall Cavalier.
You're up against an Austin Maxi 1750.
Oh my God.
Okay, which is my dad's car. How embarrassing is this? Which is the ugliest car in the world. The worst car, second worst car ever made by British Leyland after the All Aggro.
I did have 5-speed gearbox though. The Maxi.
Well, if you could find any of them, you're doing well.
Yeah.
It had an oil leak. I know that. Right. Okay. So, would you like to choose a category to see if you can beat me in?
All right.
Can't believe we're doing this.
Well, I can just pre-announce that I win.
Yes. Okay.
So,
okay.
CCs.
Yeah.
2498.
Which is going to beat my 1750 Maxi. Funny that, isn't it?
You're 1748, aren't you?
Yes.
So, would you like to show the viewers the exact...
Yes, there we go. There we go. I have lost. I've officially lost. So you've won my Austin Maxi. There we go. That's how Top Trumps is played.
I don't want it.
You can't not have it. There we are. Okay, so intermission over. Top Trump. We haven't played Top Trumps in a while, have we?
Well, as it's an intermission, let's do a little commercial for it. So,
okay.
Can I just?
Yeah, please do. Yeah, absolutely.
So, this is Top Trumps International Supercars. What's the Austin Maxi doing? I think you mean cheating, Mike. So basically, we played this game together about 1 million times, didn't
we knew every card.
Thousands of different versions
If you named a stat, I'd know which car it was and vice versa.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you a price, £30,000.
I mean, none of them ever had prices on them.
I'm sure they did, didn't they?
No.
No, I'm sure they did. One of them, at least one version did. Okay, so it's going to be sports cars. It's going to be V12, 5.3, 9 something cc.
Jaguar XJS.
Correct.
Yeah. So there we go.
So
excellent.
So we've basically forgotten everything that we've learnt in the last 30 years, but we can still remember
exactly.
Yes. Stats
top
like
speed,
this.
310 kilometers per hour.
Yes. Absolutely.
Lamborghini Countach.
Yes, Lamborghini Countach.
Okay, right. Let's. Although it's not pronounced like that, which we found out later in life.
Yeah.
Next show and tell.
Right.
So have we run out?
No, we've got one more.
One more. Okay, let's do it and let's wrap it then, shall we?
So can you hold my
BASF
tape, please?
Sure. This is fairly typical of Hi-Fi Riff. We talk about things which have nothing to do with hi-fi, and we talk about a game of Top Trumps halfway through. That's nice.
Look at that, eh?
That's really nice. It's an Aiwa.
It's an Aiwa AD-2000.
That's gorgeous.
So it was the future mic.
Yes.
So roughly 45 years ago, it was the future of cassette. We all thought we all thought it was the bee's knees.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to try and open.
Do you know how to open? Do you want me to help
there we
you?
go.
There's a button that says
Can you
eject.
grab me
Oh
the-
yeah, your BSF.
yeah.
Yeah, of course. There we are. Yeah.
There we go. I'm going to put that in there
Marvellous.
and press play.
Isn't that a beautiful thing?
look
And
at
it's
that.
playing Colonel Abraham.
It's playing the Smurfs.
Colonel
but
Abraham and the Smurfs.
For, Father Abraham, if you don't mind, or for our Dutch listeners, Father Abraham. So,
Thank you for that translation.
praten de Nederlands. So, there you go. We are a multilingual, anecdotal comedy hi-fi chat show.
You are. I struggle with English.
So there we go. Yes. So I think this is about 1980 actually, and this is super cool. We just wanted to show it to you.
That is really nice.
It looks like something from Space 1999.
Oh, look at the Allen keys holding it together on the
yeah.
front. Chromed Allen bolts.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't
So
make them like
what's
they
not
used to,
to
do they?
love
No,
about
that's
that?
fab.
Looks like some kind of spaceship, you know,
That
kind
is
of
so
flying
sweet, isn't it?
to sort of attack the
love
Romulans or something.
I love it.
It's actually a pretty good deck as well. It's basically fairly basic entry-level Aiwa, but with super groovy, funky styling. And an entry-level Aiwa back in 1980 was a good thing. And it's got the sort of very futuristic at the time fluorescent level meters. Look at that.
That's really lovely, isn't it?
There
What
we
a
go.
lovely bit of kit. Well, there we are. We've ended on a high, haven't we?
If only streamers could be so much fun.
Exactly.
So there we go.
There we are.
Yes.
Look, what a good fun riff that was. I hope you've enjoyed our little sort of end of year or beginning of the year foray here. New Year's Day. So this year we should have some fairly interesting products coming through as well, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
So we're not going to disclose too much right now, but I think we've got some fun things coming up in Hi-Fi Riff.
Yep. We're going
retro
to feature
things.
your system.
We've been asked to do that as one of the comments actually. And
Yeah.
we'll do a comments program too.
Yeah.
But we've been asked to feature our systems on one of the riffs, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah.
But we've got some manufacturers coming up with some fabulous stuff, which we're not allowed to give too much away, but we will try and get as early scoop on as possible.
Yes.
And we will also do our retro runs, as I said, and maybe find some fun and funky things as well.
Absolutely.
So, brilliant.
Yeah.
And look, thank you very much indeed. Thank you for watching Hi-Fi Riff in 2023. And here's to this year, 2024's Hi-Fi Riffs. Stick with us, and our production values can only get worse. Thanks, everybody. Happy New Year.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.